Hologenic Man here again with GunTalk. This is our third episode of my video journal. This is going to be different than the ones we've shot at the range. I actually have received some new parts for my Glock 22, and I'm going to basically be recording as I get them installed. As always, I've already pre-checked this, but we are clear and safe. If you don't know how to open up a Glock for field dressing, basically you press it, which you would do if you were looking to see the round in the chamber, but you press and pull down on the little levers and it just comes right off the end. Like that. That's pretty much as simple as it gets. This spring will go flying if you're not careful, so I'm going to keep track of it and let it out. That's a spring and a guide rod. Those are two parts. Those are two of the parts that are going to be replaced. Now, the main portion of this process is I'm replacing my stock barrel with a Lonewolf 2-port compensated barrel. The belief is that the Lonewolf barrel will reduce the muzzle flip and help my .40 caliber react when firing it more like a 9mm. If I had a 9mm, I'd try the same thing, have it react more like a .380. Basically, the less muzzle flip, the more control you have. Well, Glocks are simplicity themselves. You just install the barrel, it steps into place, and that is ready for receiving the spring back. Now, the deal is, I actually have a new spring. This is, some kind of a special spring that's designed to be really good. It has the stock strength, I believe 17 pounds. Whatever it is, it's the stock strength that was with it. And I have this is a good deal, stainless steel guide rods. I'm looking at these for the SR22 that we have, for the CL9s, for the Glock. The stainless steel guide rod is a good deal. It has an Allen wrench in the very tip of it, a little washer, and the spring. Now this is the new spring. The trick is going to be to get this compressed on and held with the washer on it, enough for me to get that threaded before the whole thing takes flight across the room. Alright, got it started at least. You saw that when I took the original spring out off the plastic guide rod, it was basically free to go flying. That's not the arrangement with this. This is actually kept in place. My spring is, I believe, caught a little bit under that ridge, and I don't want that to be the case. I need that spring to be totally free to move as it needs to. Maybe I'm wrong. No, it's supposed to be able to slide on there. I'm almost absolutely convinced of that. Oh yeah, it is. It's just 17 pounds of pressure. Apparently, is a lot of pressure. And you're just doing it with your fingers. So, let's see what it does with the Allen wrench on there. That's the real deal. I don't know if you can see it from the angle you're at, but this washer is compressing the spring, and then on the end of it, it has a keeper that this Allen wrench is using. I can sure see where that would go flying with enough repetitions of firing. When I was looking at this process, I was actually considering putting a wrench on this end and an Allen wrench on this end. I may perhaps do that, but with enough padding like paper towels to keep this clean and then tighten it up. But for now, that will serve the purpose for reassembly. Now, since that's a captured spring, all I have to do is just do that, as opposed to straining and getting the thing fed and doing that kind of stuff before. So, as a captured spring, it's there, put it in place, and just that much to get it down. Alright, so, reassembly, simplicity itself. Now, that is basically done. I have my new stainless steel guide rod, my new spring and recoil spring inside, my dual ported new barrel. I'm going to hold it sideways for that. And that is the profile of my Glock 22 with the barrel on it. So, the next thing, oh, and by the way, you get to see the Lonewolf logo, and as you can tell, this is 40 Smith & Wesson. They have a 40 to 9mm, and that will actually adapt your 40mm over to be a 9mm. And you would think the extractor claw would have an issue catching, but they actually offset the bore so that the 9mm round, which is smaller, has an edge at the same spot for the extractor. Lonewolf has very well thought out these things. So, pretty much that was it for this particular episode of my video journal, and I thank you much for watching and talk to you later.